Welcome back to Keys Prop Hunt. On today, we'll be looking for some props that we can hit on. Let's get into it. Starting out here, smaller slate today. So I'll click into these last 6 evening games. So you got Davis Martin and Slade Sessione for Cleveland. Looks like the K to walk is real good there. Looks like average wise, he struggles more with righties. However, the K to walk rate drops off with lefties. Both good though. The ground ball fly ball looks good as well. Lower whiffs to lefties. Cleveland's full of lefties, so I'll look to that side. So Bazana looks good there. Rocchio, Watson, small sample size. Very high K rate for him though. DeLauder, 7 home runs to this. Let's look at this four-seamer. Not giving up much barrel there at all. However, does have a batting average he's given up. Watson and Bazana and Rocchio do look good to that. Bazana and Rocchio's K rate is real good. Let's look last 30. So still a 276 for Bazana. Rocchio dropped off average wise, still getting some sweet spot. Quan 304. He's had a terrible year though. I didn't see what he was for full season. So 268 in last 30. Quan doesn't look bad there. 52% sweet spot. So maybe the four seamer is just what he's been hitting all year. Change up wise, some barrel to this change up. Manzardo's the only one with a barrel there. Outside of him, doesn't look good at all. Rocchio 244 there. Quan's still not striking out. He's not really getting whiffs with this change up either. Very small sample sizes here, but Quan did come up to 333 on 9 at bats, 0% K, 55% sweet spot. So that looks decent for Quan there. Doesn't on the year though. And then this curveball, he's getting some whiffs here. Outside of Schneeman, Bazana is 800, very small sample size. Schneeman 357 on 14 at bats, very low K there. Quan still low K per usual. 40% sweet spot. I'll look last year. So 583 for Quan. He doesn't look bad here. He hasn't had a great year by any means. But he is somebody to put it in play, being Quan. So full season wise, 227 against this man. Still not king. Still has the sweet spot. So he's getting kind of unlucky. Bazana did not look good against that changeup at all. 44% whiff. Let's look last 30. So 294 for Quan. Bazana still there. 52% sweet spot too for Quan. Maybe Quan here for a hit. Cleveland's lineup is trustworthy for sure. But Quan has a 0% K, 294 in the last 30, 52% sweet spot. Should be able to put it in play here against Davis Martin. Move to the other side. So you got Sessione here. About even to both. You got 283. But the weighted OBA, about 24 difference there. 6 home runs both sides, barrels to both sides. And he's facing White Sox. I'll look from the left-hand side. So 30% for this fastball. Four-seamer 306. Some slug there too. Antanasi looks great there. Braden Martin, small sample size. Benintendi has the highest barrel. Oh, I'm looking last 30, but still. So Antanasi looks great there. Still does for the year. Very good. 10% K. Benintendi, 6 home runs against this four-seamer. Both have some sweet spot. Not bad. Let's look at this cutter, throwing it 24% of the time. Montgomery, Colson Montgomery here. 4 home runs against this. And this is the one that he's getting barreled in. 3 home runs. Antanasi 278. Okay, let's look last 30. 273 for Antanasi. Colson has dropped off quite a bit. And then I'll look at this curveball. I expect him not to throw that sinker much. It's been getting hit. He's only throwing it 16% of the time. All right, not a huge sample size on this curveball for anybody. I say I lean Antanasi for a hit here. Last 30, 400, 10% K, 54% sweet spot for him. I'll ride that with him. Long shot home run would be Colson on that cutter, but he doesn't look good in the last 30. Let's go St. Louis and Atlanta. You got Dustin May and Waldrop. I believe Waldrop's returning. Dustin May had looked good on the season. He had a blow up start. I mean, I think it was 2 starts ago. I can't remember off the top of my head who that was against. Is struggling quite a bit with the left hand side, so I'll look here. Throwing this four seamer for the most part. Very low whiff rate here. Harris looks good. Smith looks good as well. All these lefties, their K rates aren't bad by any means. Olsen has the highest barrel, 4 home runs against it. Took him yesterday for a homer, ended up being Albies that got it. So Smith looks the best. In the last 30, 471. Harris 273. Olsen still does have a barrel, 50% sweet spot, so he made the K rates there is pretty high. Okay, I'll look at this cutter. They all look green against this. Smith has the most events outside of Olsen and Harris. Do like these 0% Ks for Harris and Smith. Barrel there for Smith too. Last 30. No barrels for them. Very small sample size, but Olsen has seen it the most in the last 30. Tripping, I don't even have my mic by me. Okay, look at this sweeper. Not giving up much here at all. Smith does have some Ks there though. And that's where he's getting his whiffs at. Very small sample size for them all though. I will look back to last year to see. Always looks good against it last year. Maylene Harrison Smith for a hit there. Yeah, I lean Harrison Smith to get a hit here. I didn't see what Albies was on the year. Not bad. The sweeper though, it is his third pitch. Um, but he looks like that's what he's going on 2 strike counts. So I lean Harrison Smith here. Albies has been pretty good this year. Um, but I lean those two, and then long shot would be Olsen for a homer. Possibly Harris though. Let's look at the other side. So not a big sample size for wall dripped. I'll go back to last year. So 248 to lefties. Not bad at all. About mid. Throwing the splitter for the most part. Weatherhold's batting average looks good there, but the K rate does not. And then Burleson isn't king, but isn't getting hits on that. Last year, Burleson does look good. Cutter wise, they have some barrels in here. Not looking good on the St. Louis side, to be honest. Burleson looks good against his sinker. It is his third pitch, though. May stay away here. He's not missing bats with this sinker, I will say. For Burleson's sake. 18.2% barrel in the last 30 against these three. Trustworthy wise, I say Burleson there for a hit. Possibly a home run since Waldrop's returning. Seymour from Tampa Bay. Lefty. I'll go righty. Got this changeup. Is getting some whiffs here. Witt looks good there. The K rate for Collins and Thomas does not, but they do have the batting average. Thomas has the highest sweet spot percentage. Witt has dropped off average wise, but is hitting his sweet spot, has a 0% K, so he's putting it in play. And he's hitting it ideally where you want him to. It's 4-seamer, 364 for Witt. Do like the 22% barrel, as does Perez. So Witt has barreled against his 4-seamer in the last 30. This is a cutter. So Witt looks good there again. Very small sample size for everybody. So 556 for Witt there. I lean Witt for a hit here. Seymour didn't see his barrel. He has given up some barrel, so possibly Witt to go yard here. %20 in the last 30. Only 11 events though, so take note of that. Marte does have the 16 events there, but I like Witt here for a hit and long shot home run. Seymour hasn't given up much at all. All right, Kolek. I said Caminero could go yard yesterday against Lugo. He ended up doing it, his 6th game in a row. So congrats if you did take that. I'm not. He might go today too. Kolik's not necessarily giving up barrel to righties, but at this point it really doesn't matter with Caminero. He's on a crazy run. Mullins has been hitting too. I don't like that 27% K. 4 home runs against his 4-seamer, which he's given up a decent barrel to lefties. Yeah, you see from 190 to what he's in the 300s, I think. Arnada full season wise looks good. Last 30 wise, Arnada still looks good. The sweet spot for them both look good there as well. Outside of Mullins K. Simpson 4% K. Change up, he's really not giving up anything at all. Don't like Arnada's K on that though. So 16% for the year. That's good. As is Mullins. And then I'll check out this cutter. Simpson looks good there. Arnada looks good again. Mullins not so much. I lean Arnada here for a hit. He's right by Caminero in the lineup. So, he gets protected. I think Caminero is 3rd and he's 2nd. So you're not necessarily going to walk him to face Caminero. So he's protected in that lineup. I like him for a hit here. We got Valdez. I was looking at 2025. Was for Kolik too. He's giving it up for both. Still, lefties are batting a bit. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Tripping. Okay, I may have been wrong for. So he's giving up 5 to lefties. Seymour. Lefties in that Kansas City lineup. Jensen, maybe. I don't think much has changed with this pitch mix. The changeup, the 4-seamer, the sweeper. Oh, well, he dropped off that cutter. So let's look at this sweeper real quick. That's my bad. I didn't know. So I was on 2025. So you really don't see that much from a lefty to a righty. So that's surprising there. But he is giving up barrels on it, in which Perez does have a barrel. So I still like Witt for a hit here, but given that Perez has a barrel and a home run last year and a barrel against it this year, possibly Perez to go yard there at home. The vet. And then I'll look at Kolik again real quick. So he's about even on both sides. So let me look at Caminero real quick. This sinker. 365 for Caminero. Yandy's hitting at 395. Last 30. 3 home runs against this sinker. 11% barrel. That looks good. Slider wise. Drops off a bit. Small sample size. 250. 2 home runs though. And then Yandy 421 on the year. 224 for Caminero. And then this 4-seamer he really hits. You could go Junior here for another home run. I'm not gonna lie. Safe play is for a hit, I would say. All right. And now Let's look at Framber, Detroit at Texas. The Rangers were hitting left-handed pitching in June for the most part, and then Langford got hurt. So that's a big piece they're missing there. I will look into this real quick. He got the sinker. Fosco looks good. Higashioka looks good. Sold us on a home run the other day. Not a huge sample size here, though. Jung has seen it the most. 0% K for him. So very low Ks for Jung across the past 2 years, but he's not necessarily getting the results. And then Berger has 2 home runs against it last year. And then a couple of them have home runs here. Throwing that 42% of the time. And then this curveball, Fosco looks good there. Jung has a barrel. Nothing for Berger. Jung looked good against that last year outside of that K rate. Barrel for Berger. And then this changeup. Higashioka has a home run there. Berger 2. Let's look last 30. So nothing in the last 30 for Berger. Jung has seen it the most again. Let me look at this. Let's go last. No, let's go full year because they don't really have much. Berger's K rate doesn't look good there. Higashioka does have some barrel. Who is this? Diaz. I don't know who Diaz is, to be honest. Fosco looks the best for a hit wise. Sweet spot there. Higashioka looks good here. Honestly, he looked good the other day when I took him. Did not get it done. But I would say out like one of these 3 here: Diaz, Berger, Higashioka, with Higashioka looking the best as far as like his K rate. I don't necessarily like Berger's K rate there. Although Framber's not really getting whiffs. And let's look at the other side of Eovaldi. So lefties are doing a little bit better slug wise. 2 lower ground ball, fly ball, and whiff. The barrel's there too. Who's he facing? Detroit. Yeah, so I'll go from the left hand side. So he's getting a decent whiff rate here for sure. All right, McCongo 250, 0% K. About the only one without a K towards this splitter. Small sample sizes here. His sweet spot is okay. This is mid. Cutter wise, Carpenter looks great here. They all look great, except for these K rates for Green. Outman's only seen it 3 times. So Carpenter really likes this cutter for sure. McCongo still looks good. Okay, let's look at this curveball. He's getting in trouble with it. McCongo's still good there. The K rate does go up. Outside of that, it looks pretty bleak. 3 barrels there for Green on 7 events. That's decent. And then I'll look at this 4-seamer because he's getting in trouble with it. So Green has the highest barrel there, and then Carpenter has the most home runs. I'll look last 30 since it's such a big sample size. McCongo still looks good. Green 3 in the last 30, as is Carpenter. I lean McConaughey for a hit just because of like he's not King. However, Green and Carpenter look decent there outside of their K rates. McKinstry looks good too. They both have they all three like McKinstry, Green, and Carpenter have the sweet spot. McKinstry has the K. Maybe McKinstry. I don't know where he is in the lineup though, for me to say that, but he probably looks the best here across all spots for a hit. Home run wise, Carpenter or Green look good there. We can go full season. So Carpenter, they look about dead even. Carpenter has the home runs. Green has the barrel. Only two less home runs. Either or with them. Moving forward. So you got Urena versus Seattle. Pitcher's ballpark here. Not a real difference on each side. It does have less whiffs to lefties. The K to walk is not there against lefties, so I will look here. Change up is getting a bunch of whiffs here. Looks like they're all K'ing outside of Naylor on this changeup. Naylor's batting average doesn't look good at all. Canzone has turned it on. How many at bats was that for Canzone? So 12. Okay, that's the changeup. Sinker. Young. Crawford. Canzone. Crawford and Canzone have the no, Crawford and Young have the sweet spot. Crawford doesn't look bad there at all. Then let's look at this four-seamer real quick. So Canzone looks great there. Crawford looks pretty good again too. Possibly Crawford there for a hit. Then I think they moved up Canzone. So Crawford doesn't look good in the last 30. Full season wise, he does. Canzone, as I mentioned, turned it on as of late. Naylor 295, only a 2% K. I lean the hot hand of Canzone. It's been pretty hot over the last month or so. As has Young. His sweet spot increased too, being that of Canzone. Crawford's sweet spot has looked good all year. However, that K rate has creeped up a bit. So I lean away from him. I'll say Canzone for a hit here. Bryce Miller struggles with righties. I don't really trust this Angels lineup. I'll look at it. 10% barrel. Is getting whiffs though, and is pitching in Seattle. Like, look at these Ks, bro. 30%. This might be a quick one on their side. I will say Neto has been hitting bombs this year. C5 against his four-seamer on the year, 18% barrel. But I'm not necessarily looking for a home run in Seattle. 294 against this slider, which he's struggling in. So he's hitting that for average. Still has the K problems. And then splitter, nothing really there. Yeah, I may lean away from this. I would say Neto. Um, 14 home runs against the full pitch mix. However, it's in Seattle. Neto could get it out of there. Still in that four seamer a lot. Yeah, I'll stay away from this one. Angels lineup is too unpredictable. And then lastly, let's look at this San Diego and Dodgers game. So both these teams just saw each other, and they saw both these pitchers too. So I'll look at both sides for Vasquez. Kind of struggles with both of them. So four seamer 30% of the time, giving up some barrel here. I think I went when they faced last time. Did I take? I want to say I took Otani maybe. However, yeah, I think so. So four seamer wise, Mookie 265. Outside of him, Rojas looks decent there. Mookie 300 in the last 30, 55% sweet spot, so that looks pretty good. The K rate is elite too. 2 home runs against that four seamer. This cutter is getting hit too. So 400 for Mookie, 500 for Pages, a barrel and a home run for Pages. On the year wise, they both look good towards it. 25% barrel there for Teoscar. And then the sinker. So 297 for Mookie, 48% sweet spot. Looks decent there actually. I might ride Mookie here. Has looked better in the past month. Um the K rate is elite there. I think when I was initially looking at this matchup when they faced last week, his history with Vasquez isn't the greatest, but that can be variance. It wasn't like a big sample size there. So I'll ride Mookie for a hit here. And then from the left hand side, same three being Muncy, Freeman, Otani. I believe Tucker has looked better as of late. Maybe not against his four seamer at least. His sweet spot's there, so he's kind of getting unlucky. Otani looks great here. They honestly all look great against Vasquez. I doubt San Diego keeps him in there long at all. Was this the cutter? 3 home runs here. Muncy has 3 home runs. The batting average doesn't look good. Tucker looks good here, 385. I want to say Tucker got him. I was looking at the left-hand side and I kind of ignored him. And he got Vasquez. Maybe one of them did though. Well, they might have just got him out of there quick. So they all look good against this cutter outside of Muncy. 2 home runs for Freeman against it. 71% sweet spot. That's really good. Otani 50%. On the year, Tucker 43%. Did not look good in the last 30 as far as sweet spot. Was still getting the hits though. Now look at this change up real quick. So Otani 359 there. The K rate's crazy. He's not really getting whiffs, so. Freeman doesn't look good. but he's also not king. Tucker looks good against this changeup too. Freeman has got it together. Honestly, about all of them. To be honest, look good. Freeman for a hit. Otani for a hit. I want to say Tucker. I don't know. I don't. Was it 90? Almost 95 on his four seamer. I don't know that Vasquez four seamer is that good for me to say Tucker can't get one here. Looks good against the cutter and the changeup. About mid against the four seamer. So Tucker should look good here for a hit. Home run wise, I lean Otani at home to get it done. I think I took him in San Diego, but San Diego's not the best ballpark to do that. Dodger Stadium is. So I'll go with Otani to go yard here. And then lastly, let's look at Sasaki. Struggles with both sides. The barrel more so to righties. Machado and Tatis have looked better as of late. His four seamer he's really struggling with. Tatis has some barrel there. Machado has the most home runs against it in the last 30. Bogarts looks good there, 294. Machado, 63%. Sweet spot, 39% for Tatis, 13% K. So I do like that for him. This slider real quick. Tatis, 333. 28% sweet spot. Doesn't look the best. Does have some homers there. France. 385 in the last 30. Cross 13 at bats. 7% K. Do we fall for Tatis again? Took him the other day and he sold. I would say Tatis isn't a good place here. Let me see the splitter. I doubt they have much against this splitter. But you're not Kang, so I don't mind it. I would say Tatis here for a hit. He's another guy that's turning on as of late. Him for a hit. The K rates don't look good for France or Machado. Machado has started to hit some bombs as well. So long shot, home run play there. I lean Tatis though, just because he's not K'ing. And then the left side, this four seamer. So Sheets, 3 home runs against this four seamer in the last 30. Let's go full season, 6 for the season. Not bad, 14% K. 39% sweet spot. Let's look at this splitter. Nothing really here. Merrill has seen it the most. Actually, that 50% K is bad. I expect Sasaki to be better at home. I'd assume he'd be better at home. He may not be. Merrill looks good here. Dang, the sun is blinding me. Hard to say with this. They only have these 4 lefties. Yeah, I wouldn't look any of them to hit. I mean, to be hitting for an average. So home run play, I would say is Sheets. His barrel is the lowest though, so you could possibly go Merrill. But result wise, it's been Sheets 3 home runs against this pitch mix in the last 30. Okay, trying to get out the way of that sun. That is it for me on today. Short slate, so short video. But thank you guys for tuning in. As always, if you have any questions with the platform, please let me know. Hope you guys have a great day.